Welcome to David vs. Film. I am David, yo soy David, and tonight I'm going head to head with more of the Graham Norton Show. A big hey, hi, and hello to all of you, but to returning viewers, and especially returning subscribers, what's up? I did not plan to do another Graham Norton video so quickly after the last one, but then I saw something come across my feed called UK versus US royalty music-wise. And how could I not? I mean, come on. It's like, we know this is a friendly competition because there can easily be two winners when it comes to the UK versus the US. But that being said, sometimes bragging rights have to be established, and that's kind of why these videos are out there. That's how I take it anyway. And bottom line, honestly, we have to say that, listen, either way, we get good entertainment out of it, right? Like, the battle between the two is to benefit us as the viewers. So that's why we're here tonight. I'm so glad that you're coming along on this small journey with me because it's not a very long video, but I thought it'd be a lot of fun. So again, thank you guys. Lately, I've noticed, I'll just say a quick housekeeping note. The Graham Norton Show puts these videos out there. Thank you again to them. Most of the time, there aren't any issues, but lately there have been a few. So if you do not see the full video, I always leave the link to the original. If you don't see the full video, it's because I ran into some issues with YouTube and had to kind of make some cuts. So I will put the full version over on Patreon. If you're interested in that, patreon.com/davidvsfilm. I also have access to my Discord server over there where we talk about Graham Norton and other things on the channel, plus polls to help me figure out other great things to watch, and much, much more. So please check that out if that's something you think you would like. I always appreciate watching here on YouTube. Please subscribe. Be sure to check the notification bell. A like is always appreciated. All those things are free to you, and they really help me out. But more than anything, please leave those amazing comments like you always do, because it's how I get to know you better and learn more about the show. So thank you in advance for all of that. But for now, boys and girls, let us jump on into the Graham Norton Show, UK versus USA music royalty. And I see, by the way, we're already starting with Cher. So, I mean, it's a good shot from the US from the get-go.
We spent 3 years saying a big, fond farewell to you as you toured the world.
Yes.
And now you're going on tour again.
Yes.
Is this the I'm sorry I forgot my keys tour?
No, it's not. It's the you better do it now because you're never going to do it again. No, it's that.
We'll see.
I've heard you talking about the touring, and you love the shows,
but I hate the road.
You hate the road?
Yeah.
Why do you hate it so much?
Because it's lonely, and you never know where you are, and you can't do anything, and you have to save your voice, and it's no fun. It's very isolating, and it's the only thing that saves it is when you go out on stage and having a good time with everyone, and that is good. But I'm not sure how long I can do it. I won't do it for a long time, but I just realized this time, like, I didn't really want to, but then I thought, if I don't do it this time, I'm not going to be doing it in 2 years or 3 years when I'm Rita Kane. I'm just not doing it. You know what I mean? I'm 67 and I'm not going to do it if I don't do it.
67? Holy shit. I mean, I know those jokes are as old as the day is long about Cher and plastic surgery, but come on, seriously, look at her. She looks great.
If I don't do it now.
Good cast. Very good cast.
Yeah,
everyone.
for real.
Excellent.
For real.
Now, I think, are we allowed to talk about, because you're not doing the Vegas residency anymore.
No.
And I remember I talked to you before, but not on the show, where you were saying how you found those shows quite difficult.
Yes.
The Vegas shows. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yes, I don't care.
But no, so the Vegas shows, so you're used to it being, like, you go out on stage and it's a party, it's people just screaming and nuts. So you go out on stage in Vegas
67.
and...
Look at that
Well,
outfit.
they're not allowed to stand up, and they're very, very old. And sometimes they've had walkers, and sometimes they had oxygen masks. I'm not kidding.
Oh, God.
And it took me a long time because I was very angry for a long time, and then finally I thought, you know, this might be the last concert they ever see. and at least they're enjoying it in their own way, and it's not my way. It doesn't make me feel that good, but they're having a wonderful time, so I just have to allow them to have their wonderful time. And if they got too rowdy, then ushers would come and sit them down.
No.
even if they had oxygen.
Oh my God. Like Grandma's Last Christmas, right? You never know if it could be the last one anyway, so just let her say what she wants to say. Now, I don't recognize, by the way, awesome couch as always. What else is new with Graham Norton? I don't recognize this lady, though. She's very beautiful, but I don't know who she is.
About how much he loves you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, I
know
love
him, Little
but
Britain.
he's married. But we've been in love forever.
Well, I've been in love with
But
you
then
since...
he got married.
That was cruel.
It's very cruel.
But now,
I
because
didn't know you were available.
When you kissed me, you didn't know.
But we weren't sure. Get a room. But now, we weren't sure whether to mention rock profiles that David and Matt did. We didn't know whether you'd like that or not. Here's Shirley. Well, their version of Shirley. There she is. And who are you Tom Jones?
I'm Tom Jones.
I was about to say he looked like Tom Jones.
Doesn't have the range.
It was a wonderful documentary on you. It was in the 90s, which was the time you were working the propeller heads, and it showed you Monte Carlo, and we watched that documentary, and it's one of the things you say. You say, have you heard Tina sing Goldeneye? And I say, she doesn't have the range.
You said it.
You said it first.
Oh, that's a lie. I love you, Tina. You're not doing it at... no, you're not, are you?
Not at the moment.
Not at the Royal Variety Show. I'm going to miss you.
I'm really sorry, because I would absolutely love to be on stage with you, the Royal Variety, but I've got to be in Norfolk. I'm in Norfolk filming, and they won't let me. If you sent a private jet or something, maybe I could do it.
I could, but his wife told him...
Back to the wife. No, she's smart though. She's like, I ain't no homewrecker. I'm not sending no private plane.
For Variety, but you're doing Strictly Come Dancing up in Blackpool, which seems unlikely.
Yes, I haven't been there for 25 years, I think.
Yes, I was very surprised to hear you'd agreed to go again, but did they tell you it was Blackpool? They just say Strictly Come Dancing.
Yes.
And what are you giving them?
Well, because it's 50 years of Goldfinger.
Oh, she a Bond girl?
It's Richard's favourite Shirley Bassey song.
Really?
It's a heck of an endorsement. It may now be a hit.
After 50 years.
She looks great. Oh, Springsteen's ass. She looks great, by the way. I don't know who she is, but I heard Goldfinger, so I'm thinking Bond girl, but it's singers, so maybe she did the score or the soundtrack. But I did see from the last video, Richard Ayoade. I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong, but I'll say Richard A. And I'm trying to find maybe like a best of his stuff, since you guys told me in the comments in the last video how good he is and how much of a national treasure he is. And since I'm very unfamiliar with him, I'm trying to find a best of that maybe we can do some clip shows or like a clip reaction of his.
Shirt, working guy image you have. It's interesting that when you were a kid, what you loved were kind of the showmen, like Elvis and Jagger and all of that.
I regret it to this day. I've never looked good dressed up.
But didn't you practice the moves?
I look ridiculous when I get really dressed up. You know, I always wanted the gold lame suit, but no, it never worked for me.
But you did practice like Jagger moves and stuff, didn't you?
Well, every front man worth his salt has stood in front of a mirror at some point in time with either the broom or the tennis racket and spent hours just moving to little 45s in his room. So yeah, that was a big part of my my studies.
And in terms of Elvis, is the story about Graceland true?
Me raiding Graceland, you mean?
Yeah, well, when Elvis was still alive.
It was 1975, and we were in Memphis, and Stephen and I wanted to go to an all-night diner. It was around 3 a.m. We got in a taxi. The taxi cab said, yeah, but there's one right out by Elvis's house. So, Elvis's house? You know where Elvis lives? Take us there right now.
Which, sorry, I know. I know Cardinal Sin interrupting mid-story. I'm so sorry. But has Robert De Niro been sitting there the whole time since Cher? He's in the, I don't think he's the same outfit, but the exact same pose. I feel like maybe he's just been sitting there all week, and then, other guests just kind of come in around him.
Taxi driver took us to Graceland, and I got out. I saw there was some lights on in the house, because you could see the house wasn't far up the drive. Yeah. Gates were locked, the stone wall. I looked at Steve. I said, Steve, I'm going in. and the taxi driver said, hey, man, don't go in there. They got big dogs over there. Don't go over that wall. I said, well, when's the opportunity going to come again? I jumped over the wall, ran up the drive, got to the front door. And I was just about to knock on the front door, and a security guy came out of the bushes. And he said, Dick, can I help you? And very casually, I said, yeah, is Elvis here? He said, well, Elvis is in Las Vegas. I said, okay, well, can you tell him, and I generally don't like to do this, but that Bruce Springsteen was here.
Name drop.
He may not know who that is, but I was just on the cover of Time and Newsweek. For you young folks, they were magazines. He says, yeah, I was just, and could you tell him? Yeah, I'll tell Elvis. And he came down and walked me out and let me out. That's as close as I ever got to Elvis Presley.
Wow. Good story.
Has Sting... Have you been stung?
Well, I have. I actually keep bees. Down in Wiltshire, I have a dozen hives.
Okay.
And I usually go and visit them just to make sure they're doing okay, because bees are very stressed at the moment. They're dying out. So I go and see them, and we get along normally. But I was walking away from the hives, and a bee came above me and stung me right on the crown of my head. Ooh. And it was the most exquisite pain. It was like a psychedelic experience, and my whole brain went... And I haven't been the same since. This is 10 years ago. Wow, sting me again, baby.
Apparently the other end, not so good.
Well, I'm usually projected at that end, not my head.
Now, there's been a lot of talk of the royals tonight, and I heard you tell a story about how a member of the royal family sort of inadvertently played a part in your success.
Well, I come from Wallsend on Tyneside, where we build big ships. We used to build big ships. And the only celebrities we ever saw were royals. When they would come and launch a ship, they'd make a speech and, throw some champagne over the bows and launch the ship into the river. So, say I'm 8 years old, it's 1960, I'm not sure of the name of the ship they were launching, but right at the end of my street there's the huge ship. And we're all standing out there with our little Union Jacks in our short pants, and down the street at a stately pace comes this big Rolls Royce with police outriders, and it's the Queen Mother come to launch the ship. So I'm waving, and she somehow catches my eye. And, she's doing her royal thing that they do.
Claire, is that good? That looked very accurate.
Oh, my God. I didn't even notice. I couldn't tell who it was. I mean, sorry again, mid-story. I know I said I'm going to promise already broken, like 2 minutes later? My bad. Claire Foy. From The Crown and Matt, loved them all. And was that David Attenborough? I'm still learning people. It looked like him. Whenever I see an older white guy who looks really smart, I just default to David Attenborough. I think that's him, but you let me know if I'm wrong, please. But yeah, Claire Foy, love her so much.
And stays with me and has this amazing effect on me, because I think, I don't actually want to be in the street. I don't want to end up in the shipyard. I want to be in that car. Really,
yeah.
I want a bigger life. I want to be in the world. And so she, I suppose, fired my ambition. So thank you.
Yes. It is time to...
So just real quickly, I have a question, by the way, and I know I can look this up, because people said in the comments before, they're like, can't you just look this up? Of course I can look it up. But I like to hear you guys' input and the facts as they come from you. So Sting mentioned the Union Jack, and I'm still trying to figure out flags. I'm aware of like the Royal Standard and things like that. But as far as the Union Jack, so like, how in America we have the Stars and Stripes, of course, our flag. Is there like an official flag of England or the UK, or is it just like multiple? Because I've seen the Scottish flag, obviously. I know what that is. And again, I know about kind of the royal standard, but as far as the Union Jack, I'm not really sure where that comes from. If you guys give me a little background, I would appreciate it.
Music icon, and probably, no offense, one of my favorite people on the planet. It's only Dolly Parton.
Get the hell out of town, Dolly. So great.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. You built the set, Dolly?
Well, you know, anything for you, and we tried to make it look just like
It's
it. We have
good.
some really talented people, so thanks to my guy Vance for doing that.
That's gorgeous. And we haven't done this before, but I think I should introduce who's here. Rupert Everett is here.
How do you do,
Sarah
Dolly?
Pascoe's
Hi.
here.
Hi.
And Lolly Adefope. Lolly, Dolly, Dolly, Lolly.
Love
Hi, Lolly.
Hi, Dolly.
How are you? All of you. Good to see
Who
all of
doesn't
you.
love Dolly
Now,
Parton?
you
I
put
mean, I'm
out
sure there's
a
somebody, but
beautiful book. It is a mighty tome. Dolly Parton, Songteller, My Life in Lyrics. It tells your life, but through all the songs you've written. And sort of, I think we all know that, you know, Dolly Parton's a songwriter, but you've written something like 3,000 songs.
Well, I don't have 3,000 in that book. I've written at least that many. I've been writing since I was a little bitty kid. But we have about 170 plus songs in that. And a lot of them, of course, are songs that you know, all the hits. But I chose from the 3,000 songs that I thought would be interesting to tell the stories behind the scene, why I wrote them, where I was in my life and in my mind and in my emotional self at the time. So I really tried to tell good stories, and a lot of these lyrics are not hit songs, but they're songs that are meaningful to me and telling why that is. And so it's an interesting little book, I think, if you're interested in me at all, and if you're not, still wraps up good.
But Dolly, there's stuff that even you discovered doing this book. You know, in doing the research, you record your songs, when you're writing your songs, you record them on these demo cassettes. And didn't you find like one demo cassette with like 2 of your biggest hits back to back?
I did. In fact, I was more surprised about that than any. I used to always write, and I still do, on my little cassette player. But I have tons and tons of cassettes in my basement and in boxes. So a couple of years ago, we thought, well, we need to get all these things done up to where we don't lose them and they deteriorate. So they go through that whole process of putting everything on, you know, how they save them. And so we were going through the cassettes, and we had on one cassette, Jolene and I'll Always Love You back to back. So I had to have written them, maybe if not the same day, within that same period of time, because I would often write and put a song down and then maybe a day or two later. But I don't know, I very well may have written those at the same time. If so, it was a really good writing night. I was surprised to find that out, me playing my little guitar on both those songs. And took me back in time, but I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I mean, what a made to write those up with the stars aligned. Jolene and I Will Always Love You. And the Whitney Houston version of that song, I think you talk in the book about when you heard her version.
They had asked me about the song months before, because they were looking for a song for that Bodyguard movie, because the one they had planned to use, someone else covered. So they were looking for a song, and I guess they thought, well, Dolly's song of I Will Always Love You might be a good one. So they asked me about it, I sent it, and I forgot about it. And I was driving home in my car from my office, going through Brentwood, a little town out where I live, and in Nashville. And I just heard this voice come on the radio, like, if I should stay. It was like, it kind of rang a bell, but it didn't hit because she was kind of talking it. And then all of a sudden, it went into the I Will Always Love You part, and I had to pull off the side of the road, seriously, to listen to it. But it was one of the most overwhelming feelings I've ever had, to hear that done so well, so beautiful, so big. Had no idea I'd written a song that could be that important, and I didn't. I think she just took it and made it so much more than what it would have ever been, but it was such a thrill and a joy as a songwriter. I don't think I'll ever have a greater thrill, ever.
That's so great. Let me tell you something. Huge Dolly fan. I don't think that's a shock to anyone. But I'm going to put a picture in right here so you can see it, because to show you what a true fan I am, I just bought this. Check this out. Holy shit, how amazing is this? Look what it says. Jolene, Jolene, I'm begging of you, please don't take my pan. That's how sick in the head I am for Dolly Parton, okay? Just to let you guys know. But yeah, I love her, and I'm so glad to see that it looks like over across the pond, as they say, you guys might love her too, because everybody was dead quiet while Dolly was speaking. And I feel like that's kind of a common occurrence.
I'm loving this couch. Now, you guys all know each other, don't you?
Oh, yeah, we hung out backstage.
Oh, yeah, we're rarely apart.
But no, Katie, you've sung Paul's songs, haven't you?
I sang Hey Jude at a benefit called Music Cares that was honoring him.
Oh.
Yes, it was very nice. I sing all of his songs. I've sang them all my life, so I'm sitting next to him. Oh my God!
Right?
But actually,
Fangirl.
Next to Katie.
Guys, I'm right here.
What do y'all think about James Corden, by the way? I'm gonna go back and forth.
You return the favour
Generally
with
like
Katie
him.
songs, don't you? You were telling me that you and your daughter...
I have a 10-year-old daughter, and we love fireworks. I mean, it's a great song.
It's a fantastic song. And here's the other odd thing about our sofa tonight. 2 pop stars, James Corden, and yet they all have had a #1 single. Yeah. Katy Perry, how many of you had? You've had 10? 10 here?
Yeah.
Jesus, really?
A bunch, anyway.
Yeah.
You've had a lot.
A handful, yes.
James, one. It was one, wasn't it?
Let's not get carried away. It was a terrible song for charity.
You give too much, James.
Ever stop, Katie. That's the truth.
So you had one. Now, Paul McCartney. Do you want to guess? Have a guess, Katie and James. How many #1 songs?
Which albums are we counting here?
Which singles? Are we talking singles?
All solo, right?
Yes, it'd be not albums. Single. This is single #1 singles.
I think 55.
I think 42.
Okay, it's disappointing now. It's going to be Try again lower. Try again lower. It'll be good. Yeah.
I'm already at 10, and I've only been going for like 5 years.
Making it worse, girl. Making it worse. Right? Oh my God.
I've had one. I'm not even a singer. It's not difficult, Graham. That's what we're trying to get across. Is it more than 10?
Yes.
Yes. I think 21.
Oh,
I was going to say 22.
20?
24.
Yes.
Oh.
It is 24.
All right, I'll split the difference.
But this is the kicker, though. So 24 singles, but he has spent 98 weeks at
Yeah, I believe
#1.
that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I believe
98
that.
with 2 years at #1.
You know, I love that song Ram On.
You do?
It's one of my favorite songs of yours that you've ever done.
Well, thank you, Katie. It's a
beautiful.
very little song.
I know, it sounds like a ukulele.
It is a ukulele, yeah.
So sweet. I listen to it with my boyfriend all the time. We love it.
We do enjoy it when we listen to it together.
So much has happened backstage.
Oh my God. How fast do these clip shows go by? Yeah, James Corden, just quickly. I kind of go back and forth on him, although I have to say, there was a show I watched that I never hear any of you mention, by the way. And you guys have mentioned some badass shows that I have not seen. But there was a show I came across, and I don't know how I even found it, called The Wrong Mans. And let me tell you something. I must have watched the whole thing in like a weekend. It was so fucking funny. It just hit at the right time with the right drink, let's just say, and it was a great experience. But yeah, what an amazing video. I don't think we determined from it who would be the victor when it comes to UK versus US music royalty. I think everyone's a winner, on these sofas throughout the clips they showed. It's hard, though, to overcome Paul McCartney and Sting, okay? I mean, I feel horrible not knowing who the beautiful woman was that was speaking about, we talked about with Bond, and I don't know her. But then, of course, you have Cher. I mean, like, Cher is just a whole other thing. And then you got Dolly. So I mean, this was really good, and not a very long clip either. This one went by pretty quickly. Even with me talking, it's probably not going to be more than 30 minutes total, right? So yeah, again, these are just those kind of like feel good things that you just can't go wrong with, and I'm so glad to have found them. And I really appreciate you guys also giving me a heads up on other compilations to watch. Again, I saw Richard A. Just gonna leave it at that until I know his last name better. Aowade. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I think I'm close. Anyway, really want to see more of him. I want to try to find a best of with him, whether that's the Big Fat Quiz Show, I think you guys were saying is the name of that program. You know, maybe like a clip series from that or something, compilation. I don't know, we'll have to find out. But yeah, but keeping it relevant to this video and speaking about the music, this is hard. If I had to really choose among this amazing group of folks that we saw here and Katy Perry, just kidding. Okay, I'm in the car, I have to put on a song. It's probably going to be Dolly at this moment. I know that's travesty to some of you guys, because I have cried listening to Hey Jude, and I have cried listening to Let It Be. I swear to God. Sober, in fact. And to say that I haven't listened to hours of Cher would be a fucking lie. But I'm in that kind of mood right now and in that kind of mode at this moment in life where, like, if I were in the car and needing something fun and upbeat, it's going to be like 9 to 5 or Jolene or something like that. Plus, I'm in Texas. It's kind of required by law that we have to give, you know, right of first refusal to country. But yeah, there is, again, no shortage of talent in any of these folks. But yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to hear. I think they could have gone much longer with this because I know Graham's probably had some amazing musical guests over the year. Hopefully we'll see more. I've also kind of like toyed with the idea. It's all about time, but I've kind of toyed with the idea of maybe doing like a music reaction series or trying to do maybe like a spin-off channel on music reactions because there's so much great music out there that I haven't heard or been exposed to, and I would love to hear recommendations on that. So yeah, any of that stuff you guys feel comfortable commenting on, I would love to hear it. But more than anything, I appreciate you spending some time with me tonight. This was so much fun. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.